Good morning. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to hop on here. Just a few more people. How y'all doing this morning? It's almost afternoon, I guess. Well, for here, where I'm at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Today, I'm doing a design on Red Coat Design Studio shirt. I got this in my mystery box. It's really soft. Yes, Red Coat does have a Facebook. I will, after the video, I'll tag his Facebook in my post. So in this video, I'm just going to do the front of the shirt. I don't have a design yet for the back, so I'm just going to do the front. And I've already printed it off. So I use Infinity Photo. And what I did is measure the length and the width of the shirt. And I plugged that into my Infinity, and then I chopped that in half. So I used 2 sheets of the 13 by 19 Crafting Besties paper, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started on it. I do have my heat press set for 400 degrees, and we're gonna do it for 60 seconds. So let's go ahead, and let me just disclaimer, this is only my second time doing an all over shirt, so I'm not no pro at this. All right, so let's see here. I got my heat press going. Let me bring it over here. And for my design, like I said, I already got it printed. I'm going to show you what I did. So this is going to be the design. You can see the back. I taped the pieces together. So this is the design I'm doing today on the shirt. My son came up with this design. He's really into this show right now. So he designed it. So I'm going to put it on the shirt for him. Let me put you up a little bit so I can see you. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper in between. That way the ink doesn't go through, which I don't think with these I had an issue with that, but just in case, we're going to do that anyways. And then we're going to lint roll it first and then pre-press. So let me get my parchment paper. I can remember where I put it. Sorry, y'all. Here's a piece. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and put this in the between the shirt. And I like to do this before I pre-press, that way it presses out any wrinkles of the paper. Alright, and now we're going to lint roll. Get any extra fabric that's on there off. Now, I am using a 15 by 15 heat press, so I'm going to have to do a couple presses to get all the wrinkles out of the shirt. Good morning. How do I do the press in sections without messing it up? I'm going to show you in a second what I do. The first time I did this all over shirt, this is only a second time, I did have a line in it, so I'm going to try to avoid that today. Go ahead and pre-press for a couple seconds. The heat press is still trying to warm up, but since it's still warming up, we'll go ahead and press it for a couple seconds. Let me whole shirt pre-pressed here. So I get all the wrinkles out. So right now all I'm doing is pre-pressing. I don't know if anyone has just joined, but that's what I'm doing currently. And I gotta find my parchment paper. Let's pre-press the bottom part. And like I said, I like to pre-press with parchment paper in between my shirt. That way it gets all the wrinkles out of the paper as well as the shirt when I'm pre-pressing. Now the first shirt I did, it was smaller than this, so we'll see how I do today. So we got the shirt pre-pressed. We already got it lint rolled. All right, let me find my parchment paper. I need some more of it. I don't know what I did with it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, my paper just walked up and disappeared on me. So let me see if we've got questions while I think about this. This is a small shirt from Red Coat. Okay. Yes, he has different color ones. All right, y'all, we're on a hunt for my parchment paper. Of course, I go live and it disappears on me. I just had it. Let me see, one more time around here. I'm coming back to y'all. Give me a second here. Seriously lost my parchment paper. All right, let's see if I can't find something to help me. Use that. And watch, after this live video, it's going to pop up. Thank you. How would a large design... So I measured my shirt before I uploaded it onto my computer. And then I cropped it to the size of the paper. And then I placed the image together like a puzzle. I will show you guys that again here in a second. I'm trying to get this paper open now. So I swear I just had my parchment paper and now it's missing. So I'm going to try to use some of this cardstock to help me section off some of the shirt that I don't want the design on and see if that works. Alright, so let me show you guys again. So I used two 13 by 19 pieces of paper, Crafting Bessie's paper, and then I just taped it together on the back side. Yes, you could probably do this on Silhouette, but I did this in Infinity. I'm not really familiar with Silhouette. So as you can see, this is what I'm going to try to attempt today. So let me go ahead and get this shirt section off. I already pre-pressed it. So this is what we're subbing on today. Now, I'm heat taping my scissors. So what I do, since this is a big rectangle, and I don't want this to sub on my sleeves, I'm going to put paper across the blue and tape it down. That way when I press my design on the shirt, it doesn't get on the sleeves. So I was going to use my parchment paper for that, but apparently that just walked away on me. So let's see here. I'm going to use some cardstock, and hopefully that works. And I'll show you this in a second. I'm going to use heat tape to hold down the cardstock. That way it doesn't go on the blue as much. And I'll show you this here in a second. I'll bring the camera over so you can see what it looks like on the shirt. But you know, of course, the day I go live, I can't find my stuff, and I really just saw it. So yeah, like I said, I'm just laying down the cardstock. Again, I would be using my parchment paper, but like I said, I can't find it at the moment. I have a whole roll somewhere. You just get as perfect, not perfect, almost perfect. It's going to have a little bit of blue showing, but not as much. Like I said, I'm just doing this so it doesn't sub all over the sleeves, because that's not what I'm going for. And around the collar here, I'm going to section off too. On that section, so and after this, we'll get the image on the shirt, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm using a 15 by 15 heat press. This shirt is a size small. This is only my second shirt doing this and all over on the front. Again, I would be using my parchment paper, but I can't find it. I got my heat press set to 400 for 60 seconds. And I only got a little bit more to cover up here, so. And then I'll show you what it looks like here in just a second. Take that down. Make sure it don't go nowhere. Alright, so I got it taped down. Like I said, it's the areas that I don't want my image on. And again, I would be using my parchment paper, but I can't find it. So let me flip you around so you can see. So I just got it taped where I don't want my image. And again, you can see a little bit of the blue, but I'm not going to go too crazy on that. So now we're going to place the place the image on the shirt. And what I do for my small heat press, since you have to shift the shirt and the image, I'm going to be using this. You can see it. It's a spray adhesive, multi-purpose spray. I use these on my blankets too. It just helps keep the image in place. I'm going to be spraying this on the shirt, not my image itself. So let me do that for you all real quick. Just make sure it's flat. And again, this just helps keep the image in place so it doesn't shift. And when you press, the sticky residue comes up with the image. I haven't had any issues with the shirts or blankets being sticky. So again, these are 2 pieces of the 13 by 19 Crafting Besties paper. I have it taped in the back and put together like a puzzle piece. And now we're just going to line it up and put it on the shirt. And this is my second time only doing a shirt, so hopefully I got my measurements right. I'm just going to press on it, that way it sticks to the actual shirt itself. And I can already tell on the sleeve here I didn't go as big as I thought I did, but it's okay. So now, I'm going to press the shirt. I'm going to start at the top first. I mean, it's really just your preference of where you want to start. And make sure it's all underneath there. Make sure it's on the press. All right. So we're going to do our first press. And we're going to wait for 60 seconds. See if you have any questions. It is Craft Bond. I got this at Walmart. Spray adhesive. Multi-purpose. I don't spray very much, just enough for the paper to stick on to the shirt. And like I said, I did my blankets that way during Christmas time, and it really helped. All right. And again, this is only my second time doing this, and my first shirt was smaller than this, so we're going to see how it turns out together. The heat press is a 15 by 15. All right. Let me see if I can show you. Now when you press, you can see where it left off. So this side has been pressed, this side has not been pressed. So what I try to do is I try to line up my heat press to the line right here to try to avoid any darker lines in between, if that makes any sense. So let me shift it over real quick. And I'll show you in just a second. Right. I can already tell you that it didn't cover the side, so just make sure before you go for the full 60 seconds that you Make sure your shirt's all underneath there. And then press again. Blue tape. I don't have any blue tape. Oh, it's actually the background of the picture. So it's not blue tape. It's part of the design. No, I don't spray the paper. I spray the shirt itself and then place the paper on top. I don't use too much spray. Just enough for it to hold the paper down. I'm using it's actually a kitchen island. It moves around, and I use the bottom part for storage, and this part is where I keep my paper. So now I gotta do the other side of the shirt because it didn't get it all, so let's see if I can't maneuver this around without messing it up. You know, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Like I said, this is only my second time doing an all over front shirt. So we're just going to wing it and see if it works. I will say the blankets I did with this technique was a lot easier because I didn't have to shift it so many times. Could you use the spray bottle? I haven't tried silky shirts yet. But I would think it would work. I just made a rectangle. So I measured my shirt first, and then I made a rectangle and infinity photo of the measurements of my shirt. And then I placed the image in there, and then I just cut it in half by the 13 by 19 inch. And that's how I split up the image, and then I puzzle pieced it together. So I didn't really use a template. All right, let's see. Got one more section to do. I just took that off. So let me see if I can't get it over there. Not messing everything up. Last section of the shirt here, make sure that it's all underneath. And again, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Hopefully pretty good. If anybody has any tips for me, let me know. I just want to peek to make sure. So far, I don't see any spots that I missed, so that's good. I did cut my image off short on the side where the armpit is, but that's okay. We learn from our mistakes, so next time I know a little bit bigger. All right. Let's see what we got here. So I'm already taking off the paper. All this extra, okay? Anything else I'm using? good for my second time, y'all. I'll show you in just a second. Like I said, for the cardboard part, I would have used my parchment paper, but I couldn't find my parchment paper. I literally just had it. So, there it is. And there's no sticky residue on it from the spray, but I would recommend washing it before wearing, just in case there's any left over. But this is literally my second time, and as you can see right here is where I messed up on the measurement a little bit, but that's okay. My son's gonna be wearing it, and I think it turned out pretty good. And like I said, I love using that adhesive spray. It helps hold the paper down, so when you're shifting on a smaller heat press, it helps not shifting your image as well. Let me see if any questions before I hop off here. And like I said, I only used 2 13 by 19 sheets of Crafting Besties paper, but it looks like I should probably have used 3 because my image was just a tad bit short, but that could have been my error when I measured it. So all right, I'm going up here. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I missed any questions. No, I don't have a board inside the shirt. I just had my parchment paper inside the shirt. I have a California king size blanket. I don't know what to do, so when I spray. Yeah, so the residue, for me, I don't spray very much, so don't go crazy. Just a light mist on it. And then when I press it, when I take off the paper, the sticky residue comes up with it. But I also do wash the garment. You wait for 24 hours just to make sure the ink sets in, and then I wash it just in case there's any left over. But I haven't had any issues yet. No, the shirt doesn't burn. Bring it back over here. It's still soft. Yes, I haven't seen those boards, but I'll look into those. This is only my second time doing an all over front. I haven't done the design for the back yet, so we're going to leave that blank for now. I'm just looking to make sure there's no more comments before I hop off here. I bought the shirt is from Redcoat Design Studio. I got this in my mystery box, but he also has hoodies. He has kid size as well. They're really soft, nice material. So on the heat press, before I move my design, when you press down, actually when I'm going to save this video to the group and I'll show you, it'll show you again. But when you press down on the heat press, it leaves a crease in your paper. So that's how you know where to press next. So you try to line up the edge of your heat press to that crease so you don't double over your image and make that one spot darker than the rest. All right. Thank y'all. The press I'm using is a 15 by 15. And again, the brand of the shirt is Redcoat Design. He has his own Facebook page now, so I'll make sure when I save this video, I'll go back and I'll tag his group in it so y'all can find it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you have any more comments or questions, just drop them down below and I'll get back to y'all.